Hey, hey, what's up, music lovers? We right back here at you talking about the music. Today, talking to my main man, my good friend, the legendary Mr. J Blackfoot.
What's up, Danny?
How you making it, man?
Hey, man, I'm hanging in there. I'm just, still doing my thing.
Still doing your thing?
Yes, sir.
After all these years?
After all these years, I'm still doing my thing. We right here now in the studio. Just got through recording a song. By the time this video get out, I was hoping it'd be all over the country, called Woof Woof Meow.
Meow.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what? Hey, apparently you haven't been listening to the radio because the American Blues Network has already been burning you up.
Oh, man.
And the people have been calling for Mr. K912.
Woof Woof Meow.
Meow. Hey.
So, ladies, if your man not doing you right,
Hold up, man. My wife might be looking at this.
call Dr. J.
You right.
My number, I'll give it to you.
You Pam, turn this off.
No.
Turn it off. Look, I don't want you to call. Look, man. Now tell me this, because honestly and truly, this is if we got a call from people on the coast, the American Blues Network people, and
Right.
they've been getting calls
Okay.
about this song, this new hit, and it's
Right.
called. The title of it is called Meow. Is that right?
Meow. You know, the whole thing is Woof Woof Meow. K9. Bobby Rush, he said it ought to be K9. He called me K912 now.
what the 12 stand for? That's what I was.
Hey, I can't say it.
It ain't your suicide.
Yeah. No, it's another guy. 12. You know what I mean?
Bobby Rush, you started this, Bobby
Yeah,
Rush.
you got to have a. Y'all ladies know what kind of 12 it is.
Well, look, man, you've been doing this a long, long time. I remember as a child, as a young boy, I used to listen to your music, and I actually didn't know who it was. You
Right.
know how back then there was so much music on.
Oh,
you listen
yes.
to people. But you actually originated out of another. Well, just tell everybody.
Well,
how
I started after the Barcades had that tragic plane crash. I started doing professional gigs out of town with the Barcades.
as a backup singer or
A singer. I was the lead singer. After the plane crash, James and Ben Corleg chose me to be the lead singer. They had my friend
Carl Sims.
Carl
Is that right?
Sims. See, Carl Sims with him, the original Barcades. A lot of people don't know that, but Carl Sims was one of the original Barcades. But after the plane crashed and they was regrouping, they got me. So I went out for about 6-7 months, something like that, with them. And David and Isaac was recording me at that time, and I
Now, when you said David, you mean David Porter?
David Porter and
Like
Isaac
their
Hayes, they
producer,
would
right?
record me at that time, and I had recorded 2 songs. And David and Isaac came up with a thing. They wanted a Sam and Dave type of group because they was recording Sam and Dave at the same time. And they wanted a Sam and Dave type of group, soulful group, churchy group with 4 lead singers. And so they chose me, Norman West, Anita Lewis, and Shervadine Bennett. Her name was Shervadine Brooks then. And we named ourselves the Soul Children. So I was the lead singer for the Soul Children for a number of years with the Sweetie Hills, The Longer the Pain Gonna Last, I'll Understand, Move Over, It Ain't Always What You Do, It's Who You Let See You Do It. All those.
Beat the Other Woman, all that
Oh,
shit.
Beat the Other Woman.
So many hits, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember, like, during that time, we lived on and off in Chicago.
Right.
Because that's where my mother was. And I was born there. But,
Right.
you know, I up north and back to the country. But in Chicago, people actually thought that the Soul Children were from Chicago because
Right.
y'all was so hot up there,
Right.
man. Every block party, every house party,
Yeah.
some people was playing the Soul Children.
Right.
And you know, everybody just thought, hey, the Soul Children from Chicago. You know.
All right. You know, I mean, I got a lot of people in Chicago, but we used to do Chicago a lot. Not only do Chicago clubs, but we used to do Soul Train because Soul Train originated in Chicago.
So you mean the television show? With
The
Don
television
Cornelius?
show. It's originated in Chicago. Don Cornelius, we used to do Don Cornelius show in Chicago.
Right.
Now it got syndicated when he went to California, but
Right.
we used to do his show. So Chicago, one of our big areas, Washington, D.C., Miami, I mean, just all over the country at that time, Soul Children was hot.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So you now you said that when David and Isaac put the group together, that when they approached you, they kind of wanted that soulful, churchy kind of sound. Do you have a gospel background? Because I mean, you had to be able to understand it, or at least to be able to sing.
Well, I was around Arlen and the Nightingales for years. When I was a little kid, it was the Dixon Nightingales. I know it was the Nightingales. It wasn't the Arlen and Nightingales then when they were singing spirituals. And I used to go to be at some of their rehearsals because I knew a few ladies that they was coding at the time, and they and they was used to rehearse over their house, and I was be there listening, and I always loved gospel music because gospel is hotter now than it ever been, but it was hot then to me.
Right.
You know. Right. Especially when I used to listen to Sam Cooks and the Soul Stirrers.
Right, right.
I remember them and Joe Ligon.
The Mighty Clouds.
The Mighty Clouds of Joy. And those was my top groups at that time.
Right.
You know, not, and you know, Spirit of Memphis. I just go on and on.
Jay Blackfoot and the gang.
Yeah. You know about them.
Well, yeah. I grew up listening to that.
Right, because you came from a spiritual background anyway.
Right.
That's your uncle.
Right, he was my pastor. He's almost like my father because he practically raised me. But Pastor Andrew Cheers, the Songbirds.
He can go too, man.
Right, yeah.
Hey, old bro Cheers can sing, man.
But now you've done that with the Soul Children because y'all were on Stax. Is that right?
Yeah, we was on Stax Records. Like I say, I was already recording there. David brought me to Stax, and I was recording, and then while I was working with, he wanted me to work with the K's. While I was working with the K's, he was writing songs for me.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I remember when Otis took that last trip, we was all in the studio listening to Dock of the Bay, and another tune was real fast. Anyway, and they brought me in, and Otis told Otis, "Hey man, you better watch this young man. He gonna get you." Yeah. So the Booker T and MG was inside the studio, so they played for me, and I sung I believe it was "I'm in Love" by Wilson Pickett, and "A Change Is Gonna Come."
Change is gonna come.
Sam Cooks. Yeah. I did those two songs. Anyway, and David asked Otis, said, "Hey man, could you take him on the trip with you?" And Otis said, "Well, I can't take him on this one." He said, "But the next one, when I come back, I would, I'll take him on the next trip."
So in other words, you were just an answer from Otis Redding away from being on that plane.
Right.
With Otis and the original Barcade.
Right.
That
but they couldn't, they didn't have enough room for even the guys like James went on a commercial
James
flight.
Alexander.
Right. Him and Carl Sim. That's the only reason they wasn't on the plane. So he didn't have enough room. And it was a blessing for me. You understand? He didn't. I'd have been on there too. But
Right.
David tried to get me to go with Otis, but Otis and them, they just didn't have room. And then I don't think Otis would have took me at that time anyway because I wasn't. I didn't have no record.
One season.
Wasn't seasoned enough,
right.
So.
But so now you did that, the Stax and the Soul Children thing for a number of years.
Right.
And you later had a lot of success with a solo career, and that's what you do now. But back then, man, I mean, was that you did Taxi?
Right.
And that now, was that your first solo project?
That was the first one that was a hit. I had a hit little local thing that we played here because we didn't have any money to promote it, called "I Don't Remember Loving You," and Taxi was the one. And my friend who's passed on, Homer Banks, he had came back from California, and I found out he was back, and I went over his house, and we sit down and talk. And man, and he wanted to record me because he always loved my voice and always wanted to record me. He had recorded me, with the Soul Children. Our last album is Stacks. Homer Banks recorded that album called Friction. With I'll Be the Other Woman. He was the producer of that album. I'll Be the Other Woman and all them songs. Homer wrote all those songs. And so he had this song, Taxi. I knew that song was a smash.
Yeah, hey, and as soon as the radio played it, man,
hey, man,
people just fell in love with
it.
And guys, even as young boys, we were like boys then in school, but we was hollering taxi, taxi, leave the school messing with the girl, taxi, take me to the other side of town. And your music, man, seems to be timeless because, I see you in concert now, and as soon as you hit that song, and the song that you and Ann Hines do together,
right,
3 different people, all those
records. 2 different people.
That's right. I'm thinking about the 3 people, the third
sleeping in my bed. You think about your boy,
but the
Willie Clay,
right? But the when y'all do those songs, man, as soon as you hit them, people just react to them and love them, and those songs were recorded over 20 years ago.
Oh man, but it's so, and that's a blessing, man, to have songs that live on, and I've been blessed in that area. And like I said, this next album, I think they're gonna enjoy this. I'm doing another song. I think we'll be doing another song. Me and my nephew, Sir Charles. I think we're gonna be doing another song together.
So you did, because you actually did, well. The song that you did, the original version was done with Lenny Williams.
With Lenny Williams.
Right. And you got good results on that.
Right, and we decided we'd do it with my nephew, Sir Charles, and we did that. Then the song was bigger with me and Charles doing it.
Right.
So anywhere I go, and everywhere I go, I do that song, man, they go off. And don't let me and Charles do it.
Right, together,
Together, they really love it.
So now, do you actually, because you actually do some of your writing yourself? Is that
I have done some writing. Lately, I haven't been doing any writing. Larry Dotson and a young man by the name of Sam Falley, along with Archie Love, which is a great singer in his own right. He do a lot of writing, and a new guy called Luke Jones.
Right.
He wrote Woof Woof Meow.
Right.
And I'm doing 2 or 3 of his songs. So, I just got a lot of people writing for me. Every now and then I'll sneak one in, but right now they writing too good.
But do you still have a lot of creative input on how you
want
the songs to go?
Oh yes. I mean, I always do that. Sometimes I'll go in and Larry might be doing something like today. We was recording and Larry got here a little late, and I had started on the song and we done finished the song. And Larry didn't have to do nothing but come in and just listen and approve it.
And say he liked it.
Yeah. So because I hear good myself and I can produce myself.
Right. So you put your Blackfoot in.
Yeah, right. And I know what sound good and when I'm wrong, when I'm right. If I'm not right, I say, hey, let's go back and get this. Right. And that's,
Well, look, now we were talking about the Soul Children and that whole thing, but now you guys recently put the group back together after a long period of being away from each other. So how does that work for you doing the J Blackfoot show and the Soul Children show? Because I noticed a lot of promoters book you together, so you have to come out and perform as Jay Blackfoot and also with the Soul Children.
That worked out good for me because I get 2 monies. I get money for Jay Blackfoot, and then the Soul Children is a different thing.
Right.
I get money for that.
Right.
So hey, I love it.
You love it.
Yeah.
But now is the styles? Are the styles kind of different? The Jay Blackfoot.
No, Jay Blackfoot is Jay Blackfoot.
Right.
Because I'm gonna sing soulful, no matter if it's Jay Blackfoot or the Soul Children. you still getting J Blackfoot.
Well, you know, I've always wondered about that as a young person that's been around music all my life, grew up in gospel, and
Right.
you know, just I've always wondered about that because to me, you're just what you said you are. You are a soul singer.
Right.
You're really not a blues singer.
Right.
But
but you know,
guess,
they put me in that, but it don't bother me because I love blues and I can sing blues, but most of my songs not just say blues, you know, because I love Bobby Bland. See, I grew up on Bobby Bland, and he one of his top number one for his blues singer to me.
Right.
And I love BB, and I was crazy about Lou Milton. But I'm just saying that Bobby
Bland got that thing.
Got that thing.
He got that.
And when he said,
yeah,
I said,
And then even now in his older age, he's got that thing.
Right,
yeah.
right. And Bobby always been smooth.
Yeah.
And so but I'm really what you call last of the soul singers.
Right.
I'm a soul singer.
Right. And now
it's urban, contemporary, deep soul.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, so now radio people, y'all hear that now. So
it's
got
urban, contemporary, deep soul.
So now y'all got a new category.
Right.
yeah. They come up with all kinds of different
all
names.
different
Southern
names.
soul and this and that. But that's what it is.
Right.
Real singers can sing anything.
Right.
Yeah. So, but now you were around during the Motown era because back then Motown and Philly International,
right,
and Stax,
I worked with all
those
those
were
folks.
the record labels that
Right.
represented the black community.
Right.
So you actually got a chance to perform some with the Jacksons as young children?
Well, not the Jackson, but most, you see, Gladys Knight and the Pips, the Temptation, Davy when he went on his own too, Martha and the Vandellas. Man, I can go on and on. The Soldier, our manager, we had a manager, his name was Charlie Graciano, and he was doing work for Motown. So most of our shows was with Motown acts.
Artists, right.
We worked mostly with Motown acts, you know. Now, we got the word, I don't know how true it is, but we got the word that Barry was started hearing Soul Children, we was at Stax, you know, being with the Motown acts and how we was doing. And cause we had that church thing and we was cutting eggs.
And then
ain't no doubt about it. You understand? I mean, I ain't just bragging about it, but it's true. A lot of people don't know. We was working with the OJs, all these guys. We was all friends.
Well, Motown had that kind of a more pop sound.
Right.
And you guys were more
right. Same way with the Philly guys, like the OJs. They had that churchy and gritty sound, you know. And we was working with guys like that. And when you saw a show back then, and with the OJs and all us, the Moments, the Delphonic, you had a show. I mean, we loved each other, but when we hit that stage, boy,
it was that competitive thing.
Yeah. But it was good. You know, it wasn't competitive where we disliked each other and want to fight the way a lot of guys do now. They want to fight and halfway want to shoot each other and kill each other. It wasn't none of that. We used to ride on the same buses together, especially when we was touring. It was a lot of time we were touring, they had 3 or 4 tours going on at the same time. We'll jump from one tour to the other tour, from that one to another one. And we all rode on the same bus together. And we had fun. It was fun.
Yeah, and it's got to just be a blessing from God that you're still able to be here doing what I'm doing, drawing crowds everywhere you go.
Right, and have I still got my strong voice, and God blessed me with that, and I still have it, and thank you, Jesus, for that.
Right. Well, look, man, you know, I can't tell you how much I admire you. Well, you know that, you know, and we're
We'll
good
talk,
friends
and we done talk about
ride together, and
Right.
stay close to each other,
Right.
so we just hang out like
Right.
that. But I just want to ask you real quick to give some advice to some of the young cats out there, man, that's trying to get into this game, because it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of hard work that goes on with
It's
it.
a lot of hard work to go with it. Guys just, they just need to, you got to, if you're going to get in this business, you got to have that die-hard kind of a feeling about it. See, I love it, and that's all I want to do, all I ever wanted to do in life. I used to dream about the on stage and doing things, and it came true. God blessed me with that. I seen it in a dream. I seen it I knew this was going to happen because God showed it to me. And I done been on stage with just about everybody. And I tell you guys, man, just love each other for one. That's the first thing. Quit all this
Stop the hating, man.
The hating.
Stop
that
the hating.
ain't.
Cut it off.
Man, cut that off. The hating. Just love the business and please, I didn't get the full education that I should have had gotten. But get that education. Just in case you don't make it in this business, hey man, you got something to fall back on, that education. So get that. Make sure you get that first. I wish I had a thought about that then.
Right.
But I wasn't thinking about that then. Them young ladies had me thinking, wanting to just sing, and I said, man, I can make it at this. I wasn't thinking about if I don't make it at this, what I could do. Hey man, and that's all I know to do. If something happened to my voice, I Lord.
Well, just be thankful and grateful to
Right.
God. You have
That's
had
what I'm
opportunity to do
saying.
it for a long
Right,
time.
long
and
time.
still doing it, making a
Right.
good living at it. And hey, Foot, thanks, man. I'm
Okay.
gonna get off your money.
All
I'm
right.
giving Larry's the money so you can get back to finishing up
yeah.
this record. And man, thank you
Well,
so much. Now, once
my
again,
pleasure.
give them the title of this new single that's out.
we call it Woof Woof Meow. K912, that's me. I'm K912. Ladies, before I leave,
I told you my wife is watching this, man.
if your man is not doing you right, look at me. Call me. You can call J Right Now Records. They'll give you my number. Call
No,
me.
you won't, because I'm going to answer the phone. I'm not getting...
And hey, I can help you. Hey, I know what to do. I know how to love a lady. Call me.
See, you...
I got to get up. If you need me, call me. I'll be your everything, man. I'm coming to you.
You've been friends with Bobby Russ, too.
Yeah. Bobby's my friend. Bobby, hey, Sue even called me. Love you.
My bad.